we good? Yeah, there we go. Hello everybody, Slaan here. Having a lazy Sunday afternoon and decided it's been a while. Why not get back into the prefab editor and have a mess around, see what's changed, see what's different. At this point, I haven't really done anything with the project, nor am I really looking to do anything with it at the moment. But there's a few ideas I want to explore, and I've kind of got a bit of a niche again, so rather than go and learn a new tool like nitrogen, I know nitrogen's not new now, but it is to me. I've not used it at all, and it's on the to-do list. But rather than spend a few hours grinding YouTube videos and practicing stuff, I thought I'd just jump into something that I'm reasonably familiar with. So I'm just gonna have a bit of a chill out. I've got a little dummy prefab I was working on the past hour, and I thought I might as well stick the stream on and see if anybody's about. Let me just get my floor back on. There we go. Right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, 100 FPS. Well, I did have to sacrifice some settings and other bits and bobs, but for the most part, it's a lot more playable than what it was on this screen. Right, I'm just going to tab out for a second, and then I'll explain this build a little bit. I just want to make sure that I can see the chat if anybody dives on. You're looking good, and I can see you there nice and big. So me little idea at the minute is still thinking along the lines of filler buildings and like bigger things like skyscrapers in particular. But I'm still playing around with just modifying these base prefabs. One, because they're already loaded with sleepers. They're not overly overloaded with stupid loot. I think it has a gun safe in the top. So it's when it comes to sticking these in to a map en masse, you don't have to worry so much about balance. It's a lot easier to tweak and stay on top of. But at the minute, I'm thinking I quite like the height, and it means you can use the original buildings the further out from the centre of the city you would go, and these should still not look too out of place. But anyway, building cities and things like that way down the line. At the minute, I just really want to have a mess around with the editor, so like copy and paste and block replacements, silly things like that. So what I'm going to do is have a mess around now with new prefab. We'll stick the selection box down and then load that one back in. I need to modify the XML and get myself a custom menu again. Yeah, so load into, and then you can move it around and do stuff, but I'm just going to stick it down. Take that off. Now, do I leave the sleeper volumes in for now? Oh, it hasn't copied them over. That is a bit unexpected. I thought I would get them. Right, it'll do. So, let's save this. Right. So before I do anything, let's... So my initial thing that I want to do is take the outside wall off and get a look at what these buildings look like. If you could imagine a nuclear bomb had went off, you know, a few miles that way and had stripped the outside walls. So I'm talking about really barren, bare bones, mostly skeletal structures. But I want to keep the walls in case I need to use them. So the first thing I'm going to do is get you there. I'm just going to zap that little breeze block that's missing there. So I'm going to Control C and copy that. And then we're going to Control V. Why didn't you work? Control V. I bet you I've hit the wrong combination 2 seconds. Right. Why won't we copy and paste work? I wonder if it's because I'm moving it too far away. Right, let's try that again. Right. Control C. Ta-da. Right, okay, that'll do. Oh, I've just pressed J. What the fuck did J do? Right, L. Oh Christ. L. Replace all that with A. Paste it back in. And then I shrink it in one so I can slice the other walls off. And replace that with A as well. And this bad boy will... There's going to be a lot of copy pasting here, but I'm not a big fan of just starting things from scratch to have a fuck around with. And to be honest, you can still make very usable prefabs, change up the map without having to put a massive amount of effort in. I mean, don't get us wrong, you can tell when someone's made a lot of effort in prefab, but copy you. I wonder if when it changes there, is that it telling us that it's too far away? Yeah, that worked. And then we'll delete that one off. See, these stairwells are weirdly placed, but I'm thinking get rid of the walls and go 2 by 2 on the main central part of the building and keeping the like rotating each time to keep the stairwells in the center, because that's going to make some kind of fucked up pattern when all 4 of them come together. Yeah, what do we need to do? This wall. See, that's quite a nice overall shape as well. I was just about to say I'm not going to bother stealing this one, but I think I will. Shift Z. Control C. Oh, Oh shit. Yeah. Nice. And then we'll replace that with a. So I mean already it's very squarish, but I mean I'm thinking you could build each floor out a little bit, you know, and have it all smashed up, kind of the same sort of effect that they have on the outside. Round things off. Sniper's dream. Right, now that wall's mostly intact, so I'm just gonna delete this one straight off. So, and I'm pretty sure these are quite, yeah, so it's a 3x3 of 5x5 rooms, I think. 7x7s. Now, if I'm gonna go make a 2x2 structure with these, I need to be thinking about this is going to be the central corner. I think that'll look alright straight out. I don't know if it's going to be better to modify this piece and then I've got a tidier piece to copy another 3 times, or do I just copy it, adding it in, and make something a bit more ad hoc? Because the idea is if you're going to stack a bunch of tall buildings and make a dense city, I think you've got to be a bit more responsible with the amount of blocks and entities and stuff like that, lights. Whereas I think you can kind of cheat in a ruined city or a mostly ruined city, in that you can get all these structures in, and hopefully performance-wise, as long as we fix the sleeper volumes so that you cannot trigger the bulk of the upper floor until you start venturing inside, we should be relatively fine. So, see, I've got a bit of a weird thing going on here because I just copied that building and rotated it and dumped it on top. So structurally, that's not in a very good place. Right, I tell you what then, let's get some bricks. We're not going to totally fix it, but we'll. Hmm. So if I copy these, we're going to have a central stairwell all the way up to this level, and then we're going to have stairwells in each corners of the upper tower. Yeah, let's definitely do this. Right, save you. So the first thing I need to do is, let's just check. Yeah, this is going a bit weird, isn't it? Right, okay, I know what I want to do. Oh Christ. So let's try copying that, because we've saved this prefab. This used to work okay. So if I make a selection box there and paste straight away, and then paste again, boom. But now, right, and this is gonna, it's gonna want to go this way. So we've pasted that, but now we need to rotate it so the stairwell is still in the middle. So that's X. There we go. So now I'm going to copy that, replace all that shit with A. And then, because it always spawns north and east, so I still need to make my square here. Paste. And then move this before I actually paste the prefab in. Boom. Now remember the upper half is going to have the stairwells in the corners. But now, if I clear that off, yeah, we're going to have a fucked up spiral fucking stair maze, I think, going on here. Random things like beds and right, so we need to do all that twice more. We'll go on north and east. It's this way. So I should be able to put you in, paste, drop it in, and then just actually rotate this one in place. Yep, there we go. And then copy that one. Stick you in and paste and paste, and then a single rotation. So now it's just stairs going into stairs into stairs into. Yeah, that's a bit fucked up. But still, though, we've got a nice big chunky. Because for the most part, we could keep, this can always be a bathroom. Fill in a few walls. And then sleeper volume should be fairly easy to do as well. That stairwell in the middle is going to really get perplexing. This is the transition of the second building. So I think there to here. So you've got some weird stuff like bits of ceiling and floaty stuff. But I still think, you, you fix a bit of some of the stability issues that it's going to have. Not all of them. I still don't think there's anything wrong with half of a prefab collapsing when you run over it for the first time. It's a ruined city after all. But we'll fix a bit of the stability, and then maybe save it as a base building, and then just take copies of that. Because size-wise, it's like what, 10 floors or something. It's a lot of sleepers as well. Right, man. I want a neat and tidy concrete, which I believe is this. So this is all I'm talking about really. We'll build the basic skeleton, and then this is something that I want to use repeatedly throughout the city, or at least things of this size and scale. So a good sort of base model. Because I mean, every building doesn't have to. It's nice if they're unique in their own way, but you know, you're allowed for a certain amount of repetition. Um, that's going to get a bit wonky here because the buildings on the upper half don't quite align with the supports and the pillars. Actually, before I do anything else, so I've been going for what? Wait. Oh, I need to open my widget, 2 seconds. Yeah, so about 20-25 minutes or so, and we've already made a skyscraper, so we'll give it another half an hour, and we'll probably have something that still looks shit, but you know, it will be usable. I mean, like I say, the whole point of us being on at the minute was just get a feel for all of this sort of stuff again. I've got a lot of prefabs that I need to fix. But even just block replacing all the bricks to be a different style of block, changing the loot up a bit, smashing a few walls off, and then again, you've just made a brand new prefab. Having nightmares of this stuff just really yeah, that just didn't make sense there. I think it's just because the bathroom's a bit of a different sort of placement. So really, what I need to be thinking of now is I'd like to be able to see through it a bit more. So I'm thinking we probably need to start just removing, smashing up some parts. Let's get some ruined bricks. In fact, I wonder, could we... Now we probably want those. Now what do I do to stick it on? There. Oh. What? Right. Ah, this is just one of the pimp ones. This is, I started off with one of the multiplayer waste buildings and then just done a lot of copy paste. The challenge was really, could I in an hour and a half-ish, just smash together a prefab out of something small. I still like the idea of messing with these though, because ultimately you can still make less zombies spawn, strip the loot down a bit, and copy paste this sort of shit and have a massive ruined area. That would still be quite interesting to run around in. But then again, as the city starts to thin out and you go back to the actual vanilla buildings, they'll not look out of place because they're kind of all built with the same style. What I need to do is have a quick pass of these. Because I think these areas here, I might just stick a bit of the wall back on. Very, very minimalist with it though. Or what if we just made a curved piece and then just copy pasted it up? Kind of feel like I need this concrete texture on the outside as well. In fact, we kind of need that texture all the way through because this building is pretty fucked. Does the paintbrush work the same? So I need to colour pick that one. Oh no, wait there. I need to. Because I'll be honest, I don't even care if this catches the concrete stair texture. I think even that, with that rubberized or broken stone kind of texture, would look a bit better anyway. In a building that is been set and ruined for. Oh, right. So now I colour pick what I want, and then replace. Yeah, there we go. Ah, it's going to do the stairs. Oh. Yeah, there's weird little things like that, but I mean, realistically, this is going to take a lot of time. Rubberized. The thing is, if you wanted a starting point, it's for what, half an hour's work. It's not a bad place to be at. You can still make a selection area and block replace all the sleepers with A, all the loot with A. Spend a bit of time, strip it right back. I'm just thinking of the visions that you get in Terminator 2 after the bombs hit when you see the old city, and there's hardly any walls on anything. It's just mostly little spiky bits of stubs and pillars, and I like the idea of a few sort of fairly open. Because even from the distance, these will give the impression of a big city when realistically it's not that big. I mean, but the skyline is half of what kind of sells it to some people. So we are gonna get rid of the floaters. Let's blow something else up there. It's not broken, it's destroyed, I think, for the concrete. I don't know where this second hotbar came from as well. I don't think you get it in game. Right, let's just start going wild. See, I don't know if it would be better just zapping the odd random block out. Then oh, nice. That doesn't actually look too bad, does it? Right, okay. I need to be quicker though. Let's do this side. Right. Oh, it's one face, isn't it? Hold on. Yeah, we'll not use them on the outside. But straight away though, I mean, once you take a little bit of the squareness off, they don't look too bad for like a filler. And I'm still seeing there, I was talking to a Rebo, and even on his server they have a rule that you're not allowed to build in POIs. I just think a lot of the fun was kind of taking a piece of shit building and making it your own. Right. I don't want to get too crazy into painting individual blocks because you think this is just one little quarter. Right. And to be honest, this centre stairwell needs some time invested into it. But I don't know, you could, for the sheer amount of sleepers, still make something interesting. I think absolutely knackered on a horde night. I haven't done any hordes in 19 yet, but now that I've got decent performance playing again after fucking around with the settings, I found a wicked link on Steam. It reminded us of your post a little while ago where you had the recommended settings, and it was just like, yeah, okay, I have to admit I followed one and it worked. Well, as you can see, I'm at a steady 99 FPS at the minute, so and the good thing is even in the normal game, it's still pretty good. Um, that looks a bit young, that doesn't it? That's just. See, I've got weird things straight here, like doors to. couple of smaller prefabs have just like cut out little corner sections that you could dot around the building as well. See, this is all very flat and square here, I think. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Save that. And what we're east, west. Why am I getting doubles? Right, that's what I wanted, and it's going to have to be this wall. I really don't know why I've got two. Look at that, it's almost like it knew what I wanted. Hang on, where's me oh no, I'm going to have to paste it in again, aren't I? I think that's like a little bug that you get. And we're going north, east, yeah, that should be okay. Yeah. To be honest, I think I should have just done the full thing, which I think I'm just going to do now. So let's paste you in, and then too big. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? Right, start again there. I mean, there is an undo button, but I mean, let's not make things too easy for ourselves. And if I shrink that down, should be able to fix that at the end as well. I'm going to snip that off though, because I think I don't know how. I think somewhere in the rotations, the size is fucked up a bit, so it's a bit mismatched. Get something off the hotbar. Sure, there's a key to delete. Z K. Yeah, J. That's what I done earlier on. Right. Okay. I like having that second hotbar, but you have the same problem that you do with one, is you just fill it with a whole bunch of shit that you never take off. Get rid of the floaties. Right, now that's just said it saved that prefab, but I had two. So if I open new, why is it saving two? Yeah, the things you can do like mass replace with the paintbrush is pretty handy, but this has got us baffled a little bit now. Right, right. So the corner would really be there. I kind of need to put something on this wall, I think, but I don't want to do too much. How about we just take something like this, copy you out. Oh shit. Spawn it in, rotate it, copy it again, delete it. And this should line up nice with a floor. Oh no, don't do that. I want to just move it one. I'm gonna want it, I think, about there. No. Starts with the concrete, doesn't it? However, I don't like that part of it, so we'll just get rid of that. These rooms as well are so bloody off-putting at the beginning. And replace you with that. Make that concrete, and I can secretly hide these. Support this with bricks from about there. And where's them little bits there? I mean, we're not going to win prefab at the air, but you know, if we can just take a little bit of that flatness off. And on face. So I want to save that. Then can we flip things? Is there a flip, like a flip horizontal or something, or a flip vertical? I'm sure there is. Rotate. Mirror along any axis. Control plus G. Let's just try this, because I kind of fancy having this bit, but I want these spiky parts of the wall on the top, not the bottom. So if I copy from there to there, make sure we catch it all, copy that. Let's get a little bit further above it. Let's paste. It was what? Left control plus, yeah, okay. So I want to mirror on which axis? It's going to be one of these two, isn't it? Oh, it did as well. Check that shit out. Right, I'm just going to copy it. Yeah, that was just a single left click on that green pointer there, and it's done exactly what I wanted it to do. Nice. So, right, now then. Copy that, delete it. It's a little bit too close on my liking, because if this rotates the wrong way, I think it's going to eat the pre. Oh, no, on that one. X. Right, okay. So let's copy that, delete that. And then just paste it there. No. Oh, missed it again. J, 1, 2. There we go, and that should, I think, all of them line up. Ah, it's off by a block though. Right, okay. We'll get there. If, if Bob Ross done 7 days, my head is the opposite of Bob Ross's head. If I had the webcam on, you wouldn't be able to see for the shine. So I think that corner post there, I should be able to just take me Billy Basic concrete. Right, right. Oh, but now these walls are going to look off. Ah, they won't look off if I stick the wall to the fucking wall. Right, right, right. To be honest, for how easy it is to copy and paste all this sorts of stuff, I'm surprised that nobody else really kind of does it. You know, people seem quite content just to litter the map with the same bloody buildings. And I see some of these crazy big maps that they make with nitrogen, and it looks fucking amazing. But I just think, you know, you've got that one building sitting there like 300 times. So the problem is I need an extra row of brick. Do these line up? Yeah, fuck it, they all work. We'll just leave that. So it doesn't look too bad on those sides now. It's not as see-through as I was kind of hoping for though. I need to do something with those as well. Right. Let's save that. No, I'm sure I didn't get the sleeper volumes. I wasn't on earlier on, was I? No. Right. Oh, what was the button for new sleeper volume? F6. Right, okay. Um, Did that make us a sleeper volume? Ah, do I have to make a selection first? Right. I just think before I go any further, it would be nice to actually just load it into the game and just see what it's like running through. What was it? F6. Sleeper. Okay, that's not what I wanted, but it shall do. Is that right? No, no, it was actually in the right spot, wasn't it? Oh, Shift and G. Fucking hell, man. That said, though, the thing to remember, that looks like an insane amount of sleepers, but essentially these are just potential locations that a zombie could spawn. So if you're in a low game stage, there's no way on earth even 3% of all these are going to get used and filled with zombies. I suppose the flip side is I wonder if this is why people say the game's dying, like when the 200 and odd days in, and it's because prefabs like this exist, and it actually wants to spawn everything because you're a high enough game stage for it to do it. So that's pretty much all of them. And then we select it and press K. Yes. So we'll have that many generic zombies, I think. And that's about as about as detailed as I get with sleepers at the minute. The thing is, when you mention like the lag spike in game, a lot of the big skyscrapers have like this number of entities. I think, in fact, let's just save it and I'll show you exactly what I mean. It's just skyscraper, isn't it? So right there. I mean, it's not like their volumes are even that particularly complex. You know, the ones in the middle will be the ones that trigger like your boss zombies and the loot room stuff. Why can't we see? Oh, right, okay. So you don't see them unless it's actually highlighted. So yeah, I mean, I might have about 4 times as many. But even something like that, Because I'm guessing you hit that area, it calculates how many zombies it's allowed to spawn, like based on the rules that the volume has, and then it'll just throw them into one of those placeholder locations. I don't know if it having a big selection to choose from and only using one or two. I mean, you spawned that many fucking zombies in, yeah, for sure. I haven't played that much, like survival or anything at the minute, but I still wouldn't fancy the lag off that. So, for simplicity for now though, how did I duplicate volume? Is that K? Nope. That's definitely a button. Copy super volume. Oh, and how convenient. So we'll have a little bit of overlap. But for now, so let's save you and hide those again. Hold on, we'll take a thumbnail from the good looking side. Thing is, you never had a like come across a prefab where you're like, wow, someone's put a lot of time and effort into that, but you know, I could take their idea and just do this thing a little bit better. You know, copy paste. It's your friend. I mean, don't get us wrong, this is another pile of shit, but at the same time, I bet you people would still use things like this, even in its current form. What was that on a thumbnail? That's its mesh file done. That should all be saved. Did I need to fuck around with the prefabs XML? Or I cannot remember. Let's just exit that for now. Continue game. Go into this one. Because I'm pretty sure you can just go into DM into an actual survival game and still import your building. And then I'm kind of thinking if I just quit the game, quickly load it back up just to make sure that all the sleeper volumes and all that are in there properly. I am saying all the sleeper volumes, both of the sleeper volumes. Let's get a good old FPS counter back on. Right. Oh, fuck's sake, you can't clear the selection tool. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this then. Well, this is just one of the pre-gen maps. Oh, dude, you want to say I've got about 30 gig dedicated 7 days, all the different versions that I've got copies of. I don't know if I'll still have to do it, but in Alpha 18, the world editor stopped drawing and smoothing the terrain when it was building a new raw file from a modified DTM that you had made from paint.net. So it meant you were still getting like steps in the terrain, but I have an old version from like Alpha 16 experimental, I think, that still done the smoothing. So I was loading the game up in that version just to load a map up for it to build the raw file to dump into a later version. That's why I don't care how long it takes them to fix the terrain smoothing, if it's even still an issue. I need somewhere flat though.